Alright, so we got our new fuel pump in here. Pretty easy, there's just 2 bolts. You want to make sure you have the spacer. If you don't have the spacer, you're going to have a bad day. But I couldn't get it to draw any fuel. And so I sucked on it. I put a hose on here and sucked on it, and couldn't get anything to come through. So I ran a wire in there that I had, and there's definitely a blockage. The wire wouldn't go through it. It's stiff enough. The wire wasn't stiff enough to push through it, so I've got a new wire coming and gonna try and push through that. I also tried on the opposite end, down here by the tank, but I had a little bit of fuel coming out of the tank, so I was stupid and put fuel in the tank before I made sure this line was clear. So that was dumb. The other thing I need to do, and I started here, is the distributor is on backwards. The vacuum advance is supposed to be over on that side. So I'm going to pull that out and turn it around. And I also found a box of goodies in the trunk, and I'll show you that here in a minute too. So what kind of fun stuff did we find in the trunk? Well, the coolest thing was this. This is a Volvo original windshield seal from 25 or so years ago. So we've got there it is, a brand new windshield seal. We have got, let's see, the original distributor, which I may rebuild and put back in. It's a 0231153002. I don't know that anything's wrong with it. It feels just fine. I think they thought something was wrong with the distributor, so that might clean up and go back in. We've got a locking gas cap, which probably needs a new seal. It's you can't see that. I don't know what brand that is, but it's just a locking gas cap, probably generic one. We've got a new cap. These are cool. These are the hoses for the heater. Brand new, never used. Don't know why I got 2 of them. They're just on there. Got a clutch alignment tool. That tells me there's a new clutch in it. We've got another, radiator cap. So what? We've got the original cap and rotor. I don't know, the rotor's in the distributor there. So those are the nice old dark Bakelite. We got a bunch of gaskets for the carburetors. There's another rotor. That one's seen some better days. That's a mess. We got a box here with miscellaneous, fuses and other parts. Another rotor. Something else. The original spark plugs. We've got some needles there. We've got a condenser. I think there's some old points down in there. And then mystery bag or envelope. Let's see what we got. Oh, little hood bumpers. Those guys for along the fenders there, just to help bumper the hood. That's hilarious. We've got a brake cylinder here in a package. Brand new pilot bearing right here. We've got this was a part. Who knows what was in there? And we've got a drain plug and another, not for this car, locking gas cap. And it looks like someone replaced some brake lines and some hoses and had some potted meat. PH16, but we got a fun box of parts that were in the trunk of the car. So that's cool. We can investigate some of that and have some fun with it. Put these back real quick. And then I got in the mail a box of IPD parts. That was a fuel pump. You saw the fuel pump's already on there. I've got a new sender for the fuel tank because the old one does go up and down. It doesn't work great. I forgot to buy the seal though. I already put these on. These are the old gaskets for the tail lights. I got new ones of those. We got some new buckets for the front turn signals. That'll be awesome. We've got a magnetic drain plug in here, some choke bits. I broke a choke cable, so that won't be useful yet. And that's it. I've got another order coming here in a couple weeks from VP. It's going to have some other parts in it that we need to really hit the road with this. But as it sits right now, if I can get that, these are kind of junk. Those are the gaskets for the fuel pump. I wouldn't use those. Here in a well, we could drive this now if I can keep that fuel tank in there. But Clint's coming over. We're going to try and clean that fuel line out and see if we can get this on the road. If we do, I'll bring you back again. So here's our story so far. On carbs, we discovered that pipe was blocked up because someone had put, well, they forgot to take out the old seal and put the new one in. Where are we at here? That connector, can I point at it? Can I point at it? There we go. Right. That connector right there was slid all the way over here, so nothing could actually actuate that carburetor. We do have a broken choke wire right here. You can see that. That broke off, so we got to do something with that. What else? The floats don't seem to be working well, or I need to bang on those or something because some fuel does spill out there. I thought it was too high a pressure fuel pump, which it might still be, so I put a new fuel pump on here. The distributor was in backwards. It was 180 degrees around, so I turned it around. And also I noticed that the number 2 and 3 wires were backwards. They weren't hooked up right. So I did kind of a static timing around 17 before top dead center or so. And what else? Oh, we got a blockage in the fuel line. I still need to work on that. But, oh, and these wires are insanely old, and this one broke. Number 2 just slides off. It doesn't even have the little clip that holds it on anymore. 3 and 4 are okay, but that's where we are. So, with all that done, I'm going to put a little, I'm going to do this. I'm going to wrap on the floats there, see if that does anything, and I'm going to put a little fuel tank here with a fuel line and see what happens. Alright, we got that sorted. I put the fuel line back in down there. The floats seem to be working fine. Nothing's spewing out of here. It's warming up, and I'm going to adjust the idle speed. And I do have a little meter coming that measures the airflow, so I can set these up better. That won't be here till next week. But heck, right now it's running. It's running pretty good. That's just, I need to time it as well. Get a timing gun on there, make sure we're in the right area. But I did a backfiring a little bit. I think we're running a little bit rich too. But I did just a static timing, and that's close enough right now. So this is the first time in 23 years it's actually run pretty well. You know, you get the ignition right and everything, it should work okay. We're burning stuff off the exhaust that's been on there for centuries. But Clint is coming over again. He's going to give me a hand doing a few things. But we're doing good. All right, what do you do when you find a blockage in the middle of your line? You cut the line and you put in a piece of hose. This is a temporary measure that will probably be on here 10 years. But we took the fuel line out and straightened it out and just couldn't get through this last little plug. So it was this bend, and I actually cut the bend under the car. Pulled everything out, cleared both ends, cleaned it out real good, and just put a splice in here with a rubber hose. And this should get us motoring. So what do you do after you get your 1965 Volvo 122 running? You go for a little drive to a great spot in town. This is historic First Street in Raton, and it's got some old buildings, beautiful old shops down here. And we just wanted to go for a little drive. It hasn't been licensed since 1997. It does have a license plate with 97 tags on it. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming today and seeing us get this running. I'll do some other shots of this and other videos because there's still a lot of work to do. But be sure to like, where's my thumb? There we go. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.